So, the shinobi world has a major war to fight against a common enemy. Well, how about we make an alliance? That makes sense to me. Except for one thing. How do they have so many ninjas? The Shinobi Alliance has 80,000 ninjas. We know that 6 groups contributed with soldiers for the Alliance. The 5 Great Nations and the Samurai. So let's do some second grade math and divide 80,000 by 6, which gives us roughly 13,333 soldiers for each of the group forming the alliance. Also, this is me lowballing a number for the main villages because I think there are way fewer samurai than 13,000, as we don't really see a lot of them during the war arc. So each of the main villages could easily have over 15,000 ninjas if you go with higher estimates. But for the sake of argument, let's take 13,000. Also, bear in mind the Genins did not go to the war, which means that this number is even less. Every single ninja we see there is either a Chunin or higher because they all have the vests from their villages. When Naruto graduated from the academy, only 9 academy students were effectively promoted to Genin that year. This means that Konoha's output of shinobi that year was 9. So we know that every ninja in Konoha has to graduate in the academy, and I have to assume that that's the same for the other villages. And there are at least 13,000 ninjas in the village from the numbers of the alliance. So if we divide 13,000, the total number of ninjas, by the average output of ninjas in a year in Konoha, it would take them roughly 1,444 years to form all those 13,000 ninjas. Now you could argue that that year was, a very low number of ninjas that they formed, only 9, but nothing indicates that to be the case. As a matter of fact, 27 academy students were selected for the trials with their junior instructors, and only 9 passed, so they are actually selecting fewer ninjas than they could. So how the hell does Konoha have so many ninjas to put in the war, Well, maybe they have more than one graduation every year. We know that Naruto failed a couple of graduations even though he is younger than Sasuke, so maybe there's more than one every year, and I don't know how you can participate. Maybe you just go there and try. But anyway, if we assume that there are 10 graduations from the academy every year, it would still take them over 140 years to produce 13,000 ninjas. That's more time than the existence of the Konoha village. And remember, 13,000 is a low estimate. Maybe there are other ninja academies in the village, but nothing ever indicates that to be the case. And more, maybe they're just growing ninjas with Hashirama cells. Oh, no, wait, that's what the enemy did. By the way, if you also think that makes no sense, please leave a like and subscribe. That helps me out a lot. Another weird number is, well, how are there so many Chunins in the Alliance? Are you gonna tell me that they all passed the tuning exams? Because I call that bullshit. We know that the tuning exams are held twice a year, and in the exams we saw, only one candidate became a Chunin, Shikamaru. Now, that was definitely an outlier exam because of the Orochimaru trying to destroy the whole village thing, but still, only 8 candidates made it to the final round, which means that the exam could only promote 8 Genins to the Chunin rank. So that gives you a max of 16 Chunins per year that are newly promoted. And if we assume that all these 16 Chunins are from the same village, it would take a village 812 years for all the ninjas in the Alliance to have become Chunins by being promoted in the Chunin exam. My headcanon is that once a Genin reaches a determined age and he was not yet promoted to Chunin, he would probably just be elevated to the position by the Kage of the village, unless the ninja really lacks qualification like Guy's dad. After all, Genin is much more of an apprentice level, and ninjas are not really supposed to stay there for long. It's more of a way to gain experience and learn the basics from more experienced ninjas, so you can become a Chunin and start going on harder missions once you reach a higher age. And well, the tuning exams are more for the elite Genins to show off and attempt to be promoted earlier so they can advance their career and gain more money and stuff like that. However, that doesn't seem to be the case because Tsunade never promotes Naruto to the tuning rank during Shippuden. And in the beginning of Shippuden, he was already way past Genin level, let alone after he defeats Kakuzu in Pain. Kishimoto was never really a master in world building, and we can see that very clearly with this aspect of Naruto. We never saw anything that indicated Konoha having so many shinobi, but he wanted to end the story with a final epic arc, so he just inflated the numbers of ninjas. I mean, if that was the case before, if Konoha had like 13,000 ninjas or 15,000 with the higher estimates, I think Pain would have had more difficulty when he invaded the village. I mean, he was powerful, and granted, not all ninjas are in the village at the same time, but still, that would be a massive amount of ninjas. Also, the Sand and the South villages would have needed a much larger army to invade Konoha. The invasion was a failure, but still they managed to do some damage and actually infiltrate the village. Well, but this remains a mystery. I am none the wiser. Maybe our Lord and Savior Hagoromo just gifted the world with an enormous amount of ninjas just before the war started. What are your theories? How do you think they got so many ninjas? Leave it in the comments. Also, if you liked the video, well, give it a like and subscribe if you came this far into the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.